Patriots, so here we are. January 6th is over. We're on to January 7th. The question is, where do we go from here? President Trump gave a sort of concession speech, but didn't actually concede. There are folks, in some of the number movements who think we still have a long way to go, who think it's not over. I don't know, and I think that is the main point that we all need to keep in mind, is that nobody really truly knows. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know, where we go from here. We just don't know. And what we do know is no matter what happens, no matter if the wildest fantasies of the conspiracy side of things come true and there are video drops and the military comes in and takes over, or it goes completely the other way and Biden is peacefully sworn in, on Inauguration Day. We have no control over any of that. All we have control over is what we do in our own towns and communities going forward from here. And I think if this has taught us anything, what it should have taught us is that we have been asleep at the wheel for far too long. And it is time for us to really press forward into recreating as much of community and country as we possibly can. Rest assured, the left's absolute goal, without a shadow of a doubt, is to turn us into California, to turn the whole country into California. They want to get us as radical, as liberal, as godless, as taxed, as regulated as possible. And they want to make as much money as they can before this new globalist agenda kicks in. That's why they're all selling out to China. That's why all of our representatives and everybody are selling out to China, because they want to make sure they have enough money that whenever the globalism kicks in and they're no longer needed in their positions and they're just average citizens, like consider the Clintons and the Obamas, they're just average citizens now, right? That's what we're supposed to believe. That whenever all that happens, they have enough money to survive and be part of the elite. And they don't give a flying crap about us. They could care less about us. They have done everything they can, everything in their power, to shut us down, to silence us, to call us nuts, to call us losers, to call us dangerous, while their factions, the folks they support, literally burned our cities down and we were told they were peaceful, right? There is no coming together with folks who are delusional and folks who intentionally spread misinformation and false information. There's no coming together. We cannot have peace with people who want to literally destroy our way of life, right? It's just not a possibility. So the big change I'm going to make here is we are going to move on to Patreon. We will still be having content on YouTube for as long as I can. Probably YouTube content will be much more basic content that doesn't really have anything to do with, what's going on in the world. And if you want to hear how we are working towards community here, how we are working on the Patriot movement here, the things that we're doing and involved in, you're going to have to join us on Patreon, okay? And I have a very specific reason for that, and I'm going to tell you, it should concern all of you. I'm not going to talk about it here. It will be what my first video on Patreon is about. I hope to have our Patreon account and my first video up there set up later today. But I'm going to tell you, it's extremely disturbing. And it is a very strong indication to me for where our country is going and how the left is going to come after us. right? Many folks on the left have said over the last 4 years that they will come after all of us, that we need to go, that we need to be shut down, that we are dangerous, that we are radicals, that we are the crazy ones, and they're going to make sure once Trump is out of office that they will take care of Trump and all of his supporters, right? So those of us who are out here putting it all out here in public view, I imagine will be the first ones they will come after. Not somebody like me who only has 350 subscribers. Like, I'm going to be way down on the list. But the big boys, they're going to come after. They're already shutting people down. They shut President Trump's Twitter down yesterday because he dared to call for peace and told people not to riot. Like, that's where we are. It's dangerous times and it's scary times. And I have some evidence I will present to y'all about how much more dangerous and scarier it's going to get and how quickly that's going to happen. But I'm going to have to do it on Patreon. So thank you all. I have to get to work. I have a ton of stuff to do. I had to take Jake to his appointment yesterday in Batesville, to prove that he has autism because he might have been faking it for 17 years to get a government check. We had that appointment yesterday. So Batesville is uber cool. We did shoot just a little bit of video from the car. I plan on going back there and shooting some more because it is a really cool town and I think y'all would enjoy it. I just didn't have time yesterday. But I will get that video up today as well so that you guys can get a little taste of all that. And yeah, that's going to be it for me. I've got so many folks calling, emailing, texting that I'm now spending about 2.5 to 3 hours a day just trying to respond to people. That said, I don't have that many folks in town shopping right now. So if you are thinking about making the move, now is a great time. Inventory is still low, but there are things out there. There are deals out there, and it just really depends on your price range and your wants and needs. If you are unwilling to compromise, then you may have trouble finding something. But if you are willing to make some compromises on either price or your wants list, there's a pretty good chance we're going to be able to find you something. All right, that's it for me. Oh, one last thing, because I just talked about real estate right there. I am now going to be required to put a disclaimer up. So I will have a disclaimer slide in all the videos where I discuss real estate in any way, shape, or form that just says that I am a realtor, identifies myself as a realtor, and identifies my brokerage. All right, so that's it. That's what I got for y'all, and I hope y'all are having an amazing Thursday. Just hang tough. Like, we all knew things were going to change one way or the other, and we're just going to have to wait and see how it all shakes out. All right, I will catch y'all on the next one.